So Qatar are given priority to the acquisition of Liverpool Football Club and are seriously interested, but the deal is not complete at this present moment. But talks are elevating very, very much. Hello there, guys. Welcome back to James Redman TV and welcome to another Redman Roundup, to the show where I talk about loads of garbage regarding my team and maybe a little bit of football in general. So Liverpool might not have been possibly getting new owners for quite a while now, which has been probably one of the most frustrating stories, because the story got released in about November. Then 10 minutes later, a statement came out from FSG saying, actually, we're only looking for majority or minority investors. And then people like LeBron James are sitting there confused, thinking, what's going to happen to Maido? You know what I mean? And he'll just probably keep his percentage and we bring in somebody else. But now Qatar, or a Qatar investment fund, or a Qatar capital fund, whatever you want to refer it to as, is now wanting to take over the club. Now, I believe it's PSG who have Qatari owners as it is. I only believe this because I believe they're the ones who have Qatar on the front of the shirt. Either way, Middle Eastern owners, and they were one of the examples of who didn't want to join the Super League. And when people say, I don't want Middle Eastern owners, I don't want owners with loads and loads of money, because it's insincere. What is very insincere about FSG, although American and white, it doesn't really matter, because, just in case you forgot, they tried to take away the whole tradition of football. So let's assume, and rightly assume, that every owner is not perfect, because you'd be right to assume that. Guys, I've said it here plenty of times, probably putting myself in the mud. If I ever become a millionaire, in fact, no, a millionaire is possible. If I ever become a serious billionaire or a multi-millionaire, then just possibly think I'm a little bit seedy. Just know I probably haven't done everything perfect, because that's just usually the way the story goes when you get to that level of money. Now, here's the thing. Here's the idea of why I like a Qatari investment or a Middle Eastern investment coming into the club. And it was actually, there was a funny tweet that inspired some of these thoughts. It's called The Advantages of Qatari Ownership If It Happens. Ambition, which is true, will make footballing decisions, and that's one of the key ones for me. If you've got owners who have already got money, they're not thinking about, okay, what's the best decision on the pitch, but also for long term, short term. Say if we bring in this player, yeah, how many times have you heard Liverpool talk about it? We never got our option number one, so we didn't want to just go out and get number two. Like, how many times have you heard that? At least these owners can say, okay, then Jude Bellingham's not available right now, but in the meantime, let's get Enzo Fernandez for 100 million from Benfica. Now, is that ludicrous? Yes, but is that the world that we're going into? Absolutely. In fact, we're already in this world. Barcelona have literally broken financial fair play rules to get out of that system. Real Madrid, I'm sure they've probably bent the rules at one point or another. PSG most certainly have. City most certainly have. Chelsea most certainly have. Chelsea most certainly doing. And if Liverpool jump on that bandwagon as one of the biggest clubs in the world, I feel like they have a little bit of a right to do so, to be able to spend that little bit more money as we go into an era where financial fair play is more eased, even though it was always confusing. So I think an ownership to have the ability to just be able to make footballing decisions, opposed to financial, as well as footballing decisions, is a massively good thing. They will also invest in the transfer window, which I get the neutrals who say, oh, why do Liverpool fans say that you don't spend money? It's not that. We know that we're not just completely skint and we never spend any. And the point that we try and make with the net spends, and it's starting to annoy me, so I do get where neutrals come from, but the point where I come from is that okay, yes, it's all good to go and buy Diaz in the last January transfer window, Gakpo in this one, Darwin Núñez in the summer, and that's a lot of money. That's nearly 200 million spent on players in the past 3 transfer windows. But why wasn't Diaz here from the beginning of last season? Why wasn't Gakpo here from the beginning of this season when we could have very well needed him? Why wasn't Darwin here years ago when we needed a number 9 after winning the Premier League and the Champions League? Or why didn't we go and get Haaland when he was only 18 million at Salzburg? There's many different factors and variables where if Liverpool just went out and spent 10 million, 15 million, 20 million here and there, opposed to going out and getting Adrian and Harvey Elliott in one transfer window for nothing. Guys, do you see the point that I'm trying to make here? Is that we know that we spend money. The only point is that we might not spend as much as a City would or whoever. Fucking hell, City win the league and they'll still go and spend 100 million on Jack Grealish. And that's the world that we're going into. So unless Liverpool fans want to reevaluate their expectations. They need to recognise that the ownership and the way these owners run the club is not sustainable right now. And then the final point is that top Reds will stop supporting Liverpool. And the top Reds that he's referring to as is the ones who was anti-Qatari, anti-Middle East, because it goes against their beliefs. Not to mention, again, we've got American owners who literally try to create a Super League. Anyway, I think they're all great advantages to a Qatar ownership. I'll read them out again. Ambition, will make footballing decisions, will invest in the transfer window, and top Reds will stop supporting Liverpool, which I think a lot of top Reds have a problem where they let emotion get in front of decision making, and this can create quite an imbalance and a divide within the Liverpool fan base. Whereas you'll see me, I'll disagree with a lot of the things that top Reds say, but I'll never take it too far to where to say your opinion is unvaluable. I think discussion is still very much open, very much needed. It's just a case of I am not going to take your opinion with a massive pinch of salt, because again, I just believe, you come up with your opinion based on bias and emotion, and if you use those two exact things to run a football club, you're fucked. Like, trust me, you're fucked. So I wanted to come on camera and talk about it. I will be doing a live Redmond Roundup, with the tune, but live and longer, and we're going to go into this in more detail, but news has been circulating and increasing over the past few days about a new potential Qatari ownership. Now, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you don't like the idea, let me know why. If you do like the idea, let me know why. And if you're still very much FSG in, then please do Google all the reasons that you can, because I don't think you're convincing me, nor a Yankees fan, to be able to turn, or Boston Red Sox fan, to turn to a positive light on FSG, let's say. So, all the thoughts in the comments down below. Smash that like, but only if you enjoyed the video. And guess what? If you didn't like the video, then smash a dislike and let me know in the comments down below why you didn't like it. There was one more point I was going to make. I believe it was on the Redmond Roundup. Oh, yeah. And we're going to go into this a little bit more deeper. We're going to talk about a few other topics. Maybe one of them being from one of your comments of, is the players turning against Jurgen Klopp? That was a question that I got asked in my last video, and it actually got a few likes. So later on, we're going to answer that, as well as go into more of this. And until then, in fact, I'm trying to let you know if there's anything else on the channel today. No, I think that's it. We're all good to go. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you beautiful people later. Me dog's here, actually. Do you want to say hello to me dog? Rhubarb, come here. Come here. Come on, Rhubarb. Come on, Rhubarb. Say hello to the viewers, because it's been a long time no see. Come here. Oh, hello. You jumped up anyway. Right, guys. Rhubarb's here. Say hello, Ruby. She can actually say hello if I do the Haaland thing a few times. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello to the viewers of James Redmond TV. Say hello to them. Say hello. No, properly with a bit of emphasis. Say hello. And that is Ruby Redmond, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, bye.